This is Cloyd here with Retro Age Gaming, and welcome back to another segment of our playthrough of Atari 50, the anniversary celebration. This is our fourth segment covering Atari 50, and in this segment we are going to be going over the timeline birth of the console. In 1977, Atari released the video computer system, changing the way we interacted with our TV sets and skyrocketing to massive success. The arcade comes home. Don't watch TV tonight, play it. This is back in 1977. And while it is not the first game console to be released, it is one of the first successful game consoles to hit the market. The first game console was the Philips Magnavox Odyssey, which released in the late 1960s. And here we have, almost 10 years later, the Atari VCS. Today, well over 90% of American homes have at least one computer. And they have changed our lives forever. And for millions, the first computer in their home was an Atari video computer system. Dedicated consoles. In addition to a home version of Pong, Atari released dedicated consoles that played versions of its video pinball and stunt cycle arcade games. But clones were quickly catching up, and the company knew it needed a product that played more than just one game if it wanted to earn a permanent spot in the world's living rooms. The video computer system. In September of 1977, Atari launched the Video Computer System, later known as the 2600. It was part of a new wave of game consoles, which had no games built in, but stored them separately on ROM cartridges. Technological superiority didn't come cheap. The VCS launched at $199 or about $950 in 2022 dollars. That is a lot of money. We want to complain about how much the PS5 Pro is going to be, and back in the early days the VCS was almost $1,000. And what our money is today, just think. In today's money, it would cost you more to buy a VCS than the PS5 Pro. Just let that sink in. We're going to hide the captions and everything. Let's get a good look at it. This is the original VCS, or Atari 2600. 2600. Let's say that, the 2600. You have your power toggle switch up here. Your TV type, was it color or black and white? You can set the difficulty for each player, it looks like, for the left controller and the right controller. From A and B, game select, and reset. Why is there a game select, though, if it used cartridges? Sorry, I've never actually had an Atari system, so I'm taking everything in for the first time. So what's a VCS? In this video feature, legendary Atari VCS programmers, Howard Scott. Hi, Sophie! We're going over the history of Atari and the VCS. We just started going into the VCS, so we haven't actually played the first home console game yet. Alright, so in this video feature, legendary Atari VCS programmers Howard Scott Warshaw, Yars Revenge, and David Crane Pitfall described the impact of the Atari video computer system in their own words. So I'm going to play this for you while I have me a little juicy juice. Yeah, let's do that. This is actually V8, but whatever.
On the simplest level, what the VCS, the Atari 2600, what that is, it's a combination of plastic and computer chips that enables you to play a video game, an interactive video game on your home television, which is something that never really happened before.
If you're making an arcade game, it begins as a hardware project. If you need something more in the hardware, just put it in the hardware and you can use it in your game. The Atari 2600, we didn't have that luxury. The game was already in Grandma's house. It was already hooked up to her TV. And all we could do is make a different cartridge, sell that to the person, he plugs it in.
It was the thing that made video games a worldwide phenomenon. And all it is it's a box that enables you to play an interactive game on your TV. But on a cultural level, that's such a huge thing to do, because there were two things that achieved that changed the world, literally changed the world. One is it put computers in homes. At a time where IBM only had about 10,000 PCs sold altogether, Atari had millions of units installed. And every one of those was a computer in the home. The other thing it did was it created an interactive medium with television, which was always a passive medium. Before video games, people were just zombies sitting on the couch watching TV. But video games turned people into zombies jumping up and down on the couch yelling at the TV. And that was a very different experience. And I think that was huge in terms of taking people from a passive state to an active state. And we're still learning the implications of that.
Very interesting. So, mindless zombies yelling at the TV. The joystick. Okay, so the VCS included two controllers that seem simple today, but were all games needed at the time. Oh, okay. A 4-way digital joystick and a single fire button. This means that Atari players use their right hands to move and their left hands to fire. Hi, Max Power. How are you today? This means that Atari players use their right hands to move, their left hands to fire, the opposite of today's standard control layouts. Oh yeah, that is the opposite. Because we move with the left hand and fire with the right. The paddle. The launch VCS also included a pair of paddle controllers, analog devices used to give the player more fine-grained control over games in the style of Pong. The paddles used the same technology as a volume control knob, sending a gradually increasing signal to the console as they were turned. The paddle. It's got a little button on it too. Alright. So let's dive into our first game, Combat. In 1977, if you find one Atari VCS game in someone's collection, it'll be Combat. And that's because it was packed in with every VCS sold from 1977 to 1982. A multiplayer-only game, it had 27 different game modes, drawing inspiration from the Atari arcade games Tank and Jet Fighter. Wait. It's a multiplayer-only game? Why would you package that with a console? Like, you couldn't play it by yourself. There's the box, people. It's Combat. Combat 1. Atari CX 2601. Oh, it says 27 video games. Tank, Pong, Biplane, Invisible Tank, Jet Fighter. Okay. For many years, every Atari VCS console came with a copy of Combat. The two-player military action game is based on two of Atari's arcade games produced under the Key Games label, 1974's Tank and 1975's Jet Fighter. In a nod to its arcade origins, Sears renamed its version of this cartridge Tank Plus. Game Mode 1. Tank. Guided Missiles Open Playfield. We can select the game variation. Okay. So there's a bunch of different variations. Does it have all 27 variations? Is that what that toggle is for? That says switch games on the console? Is to do this? Okay, left difficulty and right difficulty. Okay, yeah. And then color or black and white TV. So it's giving me all the toggle options from the VCS. That's cool. We're going to do it in color. Long-range missiles and fast planes. Short-range missiles and slow planes. That's the default, I guess. Let's do tank, guided missiles, open playfield. It did say it was a multiplayer only game, so this player's not going anywhere. This is very basic. Oh, I can bop them through to the other side of the screen, but I can't go there? Where are the planes? It says something about planes? Man, I'm having a hard time hitting him. It's just... okay. He's not even trying to hit me. It's weird. But the controls are really, really bad, I gotta say. Is it over when I hit 9 or what? Did I win? No. Let's go for 10. I won now, right? Okay, can I switch game modes now? Because this is getting kind of boring. Is it over? Did I win? I won, right? I won. My phone is going off. Okay, so... reset game? Yes. No, not... okay, it's quit. Okay. No, 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 no. No, no. No, no. Quit. Select. Alright. They're still not moving. I don't want to play a game by myself. Okay, let's see. That's still tank. That's also tank. These are all with tanks. Oh, there's... Invisible tank pong. 15 biplanes. Okay, that's interesting. This is just not fun by yourself. Like, the other player's not doing anything. Okay, well. The original box combat, as well as the other early VCS games, was packaged in a gatefold style box that could be opened like a book, revealing slots for the game cartridge and manual. This convenient but more expensive design quickly gave way to more standard boxes, which were sealed shut with glue and were thus often destroyed when opened. One through 5 is tank, 6 through 9 is tank pong, invisible tank, biplane, and jet fighter. Combat's code. Oh, it has the code for combat written up here. Like other Atari 2600 games, Combat was a very small program made up of just 2 kilobytes of data. To put that in perspective, just the image shown here, which contains the entire Combat program and machine code, is more than 500 kilobytes in size. Oh my goodness. That is only 2 kilobytes of data? It looks like... No, that's not... Is that hex? I'm not sure what code that is. Kind of looks similar to when I would do hex editing. Okay, let's see. Air-Sea Battle. Another 27 games. Oh, nice. Is this also only multiplayer?
Hello. Hello again.
One of the first batch of games released for the VCS, Air-Sea Battle, like Combat, featured 27 different game variations that let players control anti-aircraft missiles, undersea torpedoes, or shooting gallery guns. Unlike Combat, it featured single-player modes. Oh, good. Designed by Larry Kaplan, who would leave Atari in 1979 to co-found Activision. Really? Anti-craft torpedo, Polaris shooting gallery bomber, Polaris versus bomber. The Air-Sea Battle. Anti-aircraft torpedo, Polaris shooting gallery bomber, Polaris versus bomber. 1 player or 2 player? Neat. Alright, let's check it out. Okay, we're gonna play anti-aircraft. Okay, I thought this one was single player. The other one's not doing anything. Is there no computer player? I'm about to win. It's flashing. Did I win? No. Okay. Oh, wait, I did win. I won. I won. That's the end. Okay, the other player still wasn't doing anything, so... I guess let's do this one now. With guided missiles, how does the guided missiles work? Is it like homing missiles? Because it doesn't really look like it's working like that. I'm just saying.
Hello. Hello again. Laser Blast was a really good Atari game.
Laser Blast. What year did that come out in? Oh, come on. Get over here, you stink at plane.
Sure. '81.
81. Okay, so I think this is still 77, so we got a bit of a ways to go to get to that one. Do the games get better, or are they all kind of like... Are they all pretty mid like this? Where you just... Where it feels like the time McDonald's included video games in their Happy Meals and you just push a one button?
Some are better than others. Asteroids was good.
Yeah, we played the other day Asteroids, the arcade version, so that'll be interesting to see the home console version of that. Let's see, I think we're done with this one. Alright, anti-aircraft. Oh, the other player is competing now, yay!
Most of the Activision games are good, but they are not in these collections because of licensing.
Oh, you mean Pitfall's not going to be in here? Oh, this computer's winning.
Hello, wonderful gamers. Happy Veterans Day.
Hey, Thumper Squid, happy Veterans Day. Oh, dang it. I fired too soon. No. That computer's gonna get it. Yep. Oh, we're about to die. Oh, no. They're winning. They're winning. Lousy computer's gonna beat me. Oh, it's a tie. It's a tie. It's a tie. I'm just as good as the computer is. Alright, let's do... Oh, it does a 2-player next to it? Okay, so that was 1 player.
The first 2 RC battle games are 2-player because it's a 2-player.
I just realized that. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Oh, I feel stupid now. Okay, let's see. 2-player, 2-player. 1-player anti-aircraft. Here we go. What does shoot? Oh, we could shoot balloons? What? What's shooting the balloons do? Nothing? Huh. Are they just to block me, or what? That computer's winning! Wait, am I supposed to hit my colored craft? What is going on? No. They're just really good at this. I suck.
Hello.
Oh, I got one!
Asteroids was booed. Most of the Activision games are booed, but they are not in these collections because of licensing. Hello wonderful gamers. Happy Veterans Day. The first 2 RC battle games are 2-player because it's a 2-player.
Oh dang, look how many points they got. Yeah, they win this one. It's over. It's all over. 2-player, 2-player, 1-player torpedo. Okay. What? I can move it? And the computer's just gonna stay right there. Okay. Okay, that computer player's getting on my nerves. How it just keeps firing over and over and over and over. That is annoying. That has got to be more annoying than your health meter beeping in Legend of Zelda. Oh, I think I won. Yay, I did it! Two player, one player, torpedo obstacles. Oh, okay. Man, I would have been bored of this thing after a day or two. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. Yeah, that's about as bad as the multi-game Chinese game carts or whatever you can find. Okay, let's see. Shooting gallery. We got pumpkins, we got ducks, we got... There's a duck with an eye patch. Come back here! I got it. Yay. Oh, there's little bunny rabbits, too. Get back here! No, 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 no! Although, I must say, the little turrets or whatever, it looks like, I don't want to say it, but this whole time it looks like it's, yeah, that. And, like, I just can't unsee it. Okay, let's go on to the next. Player Polaris. Oh wait, we're on ships now? What? Oh, I got some! Yay! Man, people paid $1,000 for this? Like, what the heck? Oh man, I am losing this one. I can't control my ship. What the heck? Oh, yeah, I already know I lost. So let's go... Bomber. Oh wait, I can move. Yay. Whee! Oh, come on! Let me get it. There we go. Hey, slow down a bit. I won. Polaris versus Bomber, one player. Wait, is this like a battle? It is. Oh, come on. So close. Okay, now we're both facing the same direction. That's not... It's not gonna work like that. Okay, well, I was winning, so let's go ahead and go to the next one. Okay, yeah.
Speed up and slow down to control the missile.
Oh, I see. I see. Alright, so that was the air-sea battle. Next is Surround. You might know Surround by a different name, Snake. This simple game design, unofficially based on a 1976 arcade game called Blockade, by the company Gremlin, sees two players maneuvering an ever-growing line until one of them crashes, programmed by Alan Miller, another later co-founder of Activision. Surround, video computer system, game program, 14 video games. Surround, video graffiti, 1 and 2 players. Do 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 do. Two players attempt to trap their opponents inside, perpetually extending walls in Alan Miller's action strategy game, which launched alongside the VCS. It also includes a creative video graffiti mode for budding digital artists. Ooh, okay. 2 player. Here's 1 player. Oh my god. Oh, wait. Wait, I was that player? Okay. Okay. Dang, that computer's good. I thought I had it. It's not as stupid as the computers we get nowadays. It's Surround. It is based off of Snake. Unofficially, it said. What just happened there? What? We just passed through each other. Shouldn't someone have crashed? Okay. Okay, let's try this again. I do not like the beeps, though. That is annoying. I pushed down. Why did it go up?
The old Activision games and Atari 2600 games never get old.
I mean, this one feels kind of old. Not gonna lie. It is pretty fun, though, compared to that other one. That beeping is giving me a headache, oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's hurting my head. Well, I get the point. Let's see what some of these other variations have. Oh, it has speed ups. Oh, dang. Well, let's do best out of 3. Or whoever gets to 3 first. Haha!
Atari.
Hi, Derek. Yes, this is Atari 2600. Did I get to 3? Did I get 3? Okay, no, we're tied. Since it lets you play on and on and on, I'm gonna just end it at 3. I'm playing Atari right now. Oh my god. That sped up so fast. I did not expect that. Okay.
Face green smiling.
Those are all 2-player. Video Graffiti. Oh, is this the Video Graffiti? How do I erase it? Can I erase it? No, it's like an etch and sketch, but you can't shake it. Okay, what should I draw?
Atari 50.
Atari 50? Oh. Oh. This. No, I bought the physical edition that had everything already on it. The expanded edition that released on the 8th.
Tonight, play it.
Yes. No, you're ruining my my 1-up I was about to draw. There we go. It kind of looks like a 1-up, but it's on its side. Okay, so that's Video Graffiti with diagonal. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Playing
Very
this game
cool.
on Atari VCs is fun with the paddle controls built into the classic controller.
Oh, yeah. Yep. What, do they have that on the newest Atari that came out in 2022? Was it 2022? Or was it during the pandemic? I think it was supposed to be during the pandemic, but it got pushed back. I'm not sure when it came out because I didn't get one. I was going to get the Amico, but the Amico turned out to be...
2020.
Ah, that's what it is. The Amico turned out to be the biggest scam of them all, though. Still not out. Yeah, and there's currently, I think, an open lawsuit about the Amico because they were crowdfunding. Everyone wants their money back. Which, I mean, it's not hard to see why.
Came out almost 4 years ago for Indiegogo backers.
Oh, the Amico already came out? Because every time I look, it shows that it's not for sale, and even Wikipedia and everything else says that it never came out and people wanted their money back. And even when the developers of Earthworm Jim 4 were asked about the progress, they said, oh, okay. Yeah, Amico is in deep water right now. Let's see, the original cover art that appeared on the box for Surround by artist Cliff Spawn.
Atari owns Intellivision IP now. Yes, Amico, I did.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, and apparently that trailer for Earthworm Jim 4 with that little bit of gameplay, it did eventually come off of the official YouTube channel, but some people have saved it and have been circulating, and when the developers were asked about the progress of the game, they said that they never actually began working on Earthworm Jim 4, so it's the exact same situation from when they announced Earthworm Jim 4 back on the PSP, and was it 2009, and they never did anything with it. No, wait, was it 2009? I'm not sure. Okay, from arcade to home, a VCS version of a popular arcade game could be a big hit, but bringing a coin-operated game to the lower-powered home machine was easier said than done. Game designers David Crane, Gary Kitchen, and Todd Fry explained why...
Compromised and under-delivered.
Explain why porting an arcade game was an impossible challenge, but one they gladly took on. So this is a 3-minute, 8-second video from arcade to home.
The entire reason that Atari created the Atari 2600 home console was to put their arcade hits into the home. If we can sell home versions of our
Get your popcorn.
into the home, we can sell millions of them instead of just take quarters from the thousands of people who go to arcades. And so the hardware was designed to make it possible to play Tank and Pong. That's about all that they did in the hardware.
So the distinction
I got
is
my
this.
chocolate.
Coin Up gets to use more expensive hardware. They get to use tons and tons of hardware, and they get to refresh their hardware all the time.
I had played an Outlaw-like game in the arcade. I think it was Midway. And you know, I was just told to make a game, so I said, well, here's an idea, two guys shooting at each other. So I made that game. My goal is to try to make it like the arcade game, so I could look at the arcade game and say, this is what it has to do. So there really wasn't any need for me to have communication with the arcade guys. I'm particularly proud of the Atari 2600 Canyon Bomber because it also has the Atari arcade game Depth Charge in it. So it turns out that in a 2K byte Atari 2600 cartridge, I simulated both Canyon Bomber and Depth Charge, which were probably $3,000 arcade game hardware.
When I was young, when I was little, I remember there was this drugstore, and in their comic book rack, they had these abridged versions of great literature. You'd read it, and it was the whole story of Treasure Island. War and Peace, a comic book. But that whole notion of an abridged version, that is what was going to happen.
when I did Donkey Kong, I had, not surprisingly, absolutely no contact with Nintendo. Coleco was able to get me a machine. So I had a machine that I could play and look at, and I had already played the game. And like David said...
Wait, he had no contact with Nintendo, decides to make Donkey Kong?
Frankly, the hardware is so different in its capabilities that I can't think of any value I would have had getting in touch with anybody at Nintendo. It's like talking to the guy who created the Porsche Carrera about making a bicycle. I mean, it's like, there's not a lot there. Not a lot you're going to tell me. Here's this masterpiece, and do it on this toaster. And I was young enough and stupid enough to not be intimidated. And I wasn't, because I was just a kid. I was like, no big deal.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a lawsuit just waiting to happen. Didn't even contact Nintendo, decides to make Donkey Kong for the Atari. I'm sure Nintendo lost their shit over that. Oops, sorry, I did not mean to swear. It's supposed to be family-friendly channel. I did not mean to do that. Let's see. Outlaw, video, computer system game program, 16 video games. Okay, I do not like how they keep putting on the boxes, oh, 27 video games, 16 video games. Like, there are all these different games when in reality it's all the one game. Like, it's very much the same game. If anything, it's 16 different levels. So Atari's 1976 arcade game Outlaw. Exactly. It let the players use a gun controller to aim at the screen and shoot a bandit. This VCS version keeps the Wild West shootout theming, but is a third-person game for 2 players. It was the first game created by David Crane, who would go on to co-found Activision and create celebrated VCS games like Pitfall. So let's go ahead and give this a play. So he was asked to create a Western-themed shooting game. His response for the VCS offers several creative 2-player variations on the theme, as well as a target shooting game for single players. So 2-player, 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 1-player, cactus, normal. Okay. Cactus, blow away. Wait, can I blow it? I can blow away the cactus. Haha! Okay, that purple is hurting my eyes. Maybe because, I don't know, I saw this video a while ago, someone was trying to say that the color purple doesn't actually exist, and that purple is simply an illusion that your mind creates. I'm not sure how much that holds true, because I guess you could say that is pretty much true for all colors, then. Because it's really just how the light reflects off of it, so... Because items with different... It's the vibrations that puts off colors, from what I hear, so... Okay, what is this? A carriage going by every once in a while? Oh, this is gonna be difficult. Oh, I got one! I got another one!
Coach.
That's what it is. Yay! Blow away, stagecoach. I can't even see my person. I can't see me. Where am I? Well, I mean, I can see me. I can't see the character on the screen. Oh, there he is. Yay! That was fun. Alright, then we have Canyon Bomber. Along with a game called Slot Machine, Canyon Bomber was one of the final games authored by David Crane to be released by Atari. It was something of an upside-down game of Breakout in which a player bombed colored rows of bricks at the bottom of the screen. A separate mode, Sea Bomber, had the player aiming at submarines. Here's a box. 8 games. Canyon Bomber, Sea Bomber, 1 players and 2 players. Atari's 1977 arcade game, almost like a reverse Breakout, where players drop bombs to destroy strata of bricks. And a canyon below received a color upgrade when David Crane created a port for the VCS. He also added a mode where players attacked boats from their helicopters and dubbed it Sea Bomber. So here's a 1-player Canyon Bomber Falling Bricks Limited Bombs. Oh, okay, I'm the red one, okay. No, wait, I'm the yellow one. Okay, if I hit the button repeatedly, the ball reappears back close to my plane, so that's not good. I guess it's over. Kenya bomber, suspended bricks, limited bombs. Alright. Oh, I lost. Sea bomber, unlimited bombs. Okay, mine aren't doing anything. It like passes right through the ships. What's going on? Okay, so I got one. I don't know what's up with the collision, but it's not very good.
Move your sight line up and down.
That's a sight line? I did not realize that. Okay, thanks for the tip. Okay, I've pretty much lost this one. I've accepted it. I'm gonna turn my mic off for a second so I can eat some chocolate. Okay. So next we have, still 1978, 3D Tic-Tac-Toe. And this early VCS puzzle game let one or two players attempt to make 4 in a row on a 3D game board. 3D Tic-Tac-Toe was the first game created by Carol Shaw, the first woman to become a full-time game designer. Shaw later designed the hit game River Raid. And demo resting. First VCS game programmed by a woman, Carol Shaw's 3D Tic-Tac-Toe offers a more complex version of the classic two-player strategy game. Yeah, they're pretty great for their time. The first VCS game programmed by a woman, Carol Shaw's 3D Tic-Tac-Toe offers a more complex version of the classic two-player strategy game, this time spanning 4 stacked playfields. Shaw later created River Raid for Activision. Game Mode 1 is player versus computer, extremely easy. Computer thinks for approximately half a second. Oh, okay. That's good to know. Player versus computer. Player versus computer. Very easy, extremely easy, easy, moderate, moderately hard, hard computer, very hard computer, or 2-player game. Wait. This contradicts itself. It says a computer thinks for half a second, but then very hard says it thinks for up to 20 minutes. Like, if it takes 20 minutes to think of its next move, like, wouldn't that be very easy? Let's just do moderate. Okay, I don't know what just happened. Well then, I am going to mute my mic once more to eat some chocolate during this green screen of madness here. Oh, we even got a puppy dog in the cover art. Original art used on the cover of the 3D Tic-Tac-Toe by artist Susan Jekyll. Or Jackal. Okay, still in 1978, we have the keyboard controllers. While the original VCS joystick was elegant in its simplicity, it did limit the types of games that the system could play. Released in December 1978, the keyboard controllers were Atari's first attempt at solving this, giving the player a number pad-style array of 12 buttons. There is your keyboard controller. That looks like a pen pad more than a keyboard, but okay. Hunt and Score. Hunt and Score was a memory matching game in which players flipped cards attempting to find similar pictures. I see. Codebreaker. Codebreaker was a classic game in which a player had to guess a 3 or 4 digit number sequence and was told whenever they got a correct digit or a correct placement. That looks very complicated. Brain Games. What? Brain Games? I thought that was on the DS. I didn't realize it dated as far back as Atari. Okay, so Brain Games was a collection of various puzzle games from designer Larry Kaplan, including a version of Atari's arcade and handheld game, Touch Me. Again, with the Touch Me stuff. Okay. Very interesting. That was all for there, right? Yeah. Then we have Don't Watch TV Tonight. An early advertisement for the Atari VCS that ran in Popular Mechanics magazine. Since the concept of having a video game system in the home was so new, this ad was less about the VCS or its games specifically, and more about the very idea of adding a game console to a home. Alright, let's see how they handled this advertisement. More games, more fun. Atari. Don't watch TV tonight. Play it. We are the games you play on your own TV set. We are the Atari Video Computer System. Remember Pong? Well, that was just the beginning. Atari is now a sophisticated, computerized
game variations. Stagecoach.
Programmable unit that hooks up to your television in a matter of seconds. Atari features a greater selection, 20 different game program cartridges, over 1,300 game variations and options, and with many more to come. We are sport games. We are mind games. We educate. We entertain. We can be played by one player against the computer, 2 players, 3 or 4. We're the system that's especially designed to change colors to protect and safeguard your TV tube from any damage. We offer crisper colors when played, of course, on a color TV. We pride ourselves in a truer-to-life sound effects, which play through your own TV's sound system. We are Atari, and if someone in your family hasn't asked for us yet, get ready. They're going to. More games, more fun. Atari. They sounded a bit full of themselves there, if I do say so myself. Activision, 1979. Around this time, Atari developers Larry Kaplan, Alan Miller, David Crane, and Bob Whitehead came to the realization that the games they had developed for VCS had brought in tens of millions of dollars in profit, but they were paid very low salaries and did not receive credit for their work. They quit Atari and formed Activision, gaming's first third-party console developer, making games like Pitfall, Kaboom, Dragster, Freeway, Laser Blast, and Ice Hockey. Notable and quotable. We were responsible for making $16 million at Atari, and we're getting paid $20,000. David Crane, creator of Pitfall. The Monday I started was the Monday after the Friday that 3 of the Activision 4 left in early August 1979. Well, that was a bunch of talent that left. And it turns out that they weren't completely irreplaceable. Todd Fry, creator of Sword Quest. Okay. More companies, more cartridges. Activision proved a third-party company could make games and profits by developing new cartridges for the VCS. Another group of Atari employees left to form Imagic in 1981. Over the next few years, many companies began publishing Atari VCS games, including media giants like CBS Electronics and 20th Century Fox, toy and board game makers like Coleco, Mattel, Milton Bradley, Parker Brothers, and Avalon Hill, and future gaming powerhouses Sega and Konami. Sega and Konami made games for the Atari? I did not realize they first were third-party developers for Atari. That is interesting. So, 1980, Adventure. Another landmark VCS game release in 1980 was Adventure. Creator Warren Robinette was inspired by the 1977 text-based game Colossal Cave Adventure to create a similar, non-linear adventure game for the VCS. It is considered to be the start of the adventure genre of video games, in which players explore worlds while finding and using items. This is Adventure for the Video Computer System game program with 3 video games, 3 skill levels for 1 player. Let's play. So, Robinette was inspired to create Adventure by text adventure games, little knowing his graphical dungeon crawling game would in turn inspire other designers in the decades to come. In an act of defiance against Atari's rules against crediting its programmers publicly, Adventure contains the first Easter egg, a hidden screen with Robinette's name in console gaming. So he hid his name when their policy ruled against it. Okay, let's see. Small kingdom, full kingdom, full kingdom with random placement. Let's start with a small kingdom, maybe? I'm playing as a square. I am literally playing as a square. I am playing as a square right now. You gonna let me go or what? Okay, what is happening here? What the?
You got ate by a dragon.
I mean, I was just kind of stuck
Atari
there.
was not happy when they found out about the Easter egg. The game was already in production by then. That's a sword. Kills dragons.
As a sword, it looked like an arrow!
I love Pitfall. I used to play it backwards, so when I lost, they put me on the right side.
Oh, Pitfall. I played the newer ones. I mean, I did play a little bit of the old one, but this is supposed to be a sword? Has a frickin' arrow. I mean, I am playing as a square, so what the heck do I know? There's like no music or anything. Okay, I thought the arrow killed the dragons. What is going on? Okay, is there a way to swing the sword, or... Wait, where did my sword go? Is it still up here? It is still up here. How do I swing it? How do I swing it? How do I swing? Oh, okay. Pinata, pinata. Okay, let's see. Do 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 do. What is that?
Just touch him with it.
I am playing as a square. This is very fitting, actually, because my
Purple object is a bridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I totally see that now. Not really. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is actually quite fitting because my nickname in middle school was Cube. So, and now I am playing as a cube. Okay, so I need the black key to get through there. Maybe I can upgrade my sword. I want to get through here. Wait, where the heck am I? Oh yeah, I went over that bridge, right? No? Maybe? Where am I? Okay, so I want to come down here and get this key that's over here. Alright, give me that.
You can move the brisk also.
I can move the bridge? Interesting. Oh. I guess I can. That is weird. What is that? A magnet? I'm gonna take this bridge with me. That's right, follow me. Oh, it's a demon lord. Oh my god. Let me go get the sword. No, 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 no! Oh, it's getting pulled by the magnet.
That's the treasure, underscore.
Oh, that's the treasure? It looks like a demon lord. It's a treasure? What?
Kick
What?
that down that hog. Take that back to the yellow castle.
Alright, you want to take this back to the yellow castle. Do 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 do. Shoot. Okay, hang on.
For which you will need the yellow key.
Well, I already unlocked it. It's locked again for some reason.
Hit truck home bone ship.
Okay, put the thing down. There we go. I'll leave the key in here so it stays open. Okay, what?
Yummy.
Did I win?
You won.
Okay. Awesome. That was interesting. That was adventure.
Loco Dalmashu gonna be happy.
Okay, Adventure's Impact. In this video feature, game designers Cliff Blazinski, Gears of War, and Todd Fry, Sword Quest, and Tim Schafer, Psychonauts, discuss the tremendous impact that Adventure had on the world of video games and on them personally. It's about a 2-minute video.
I'd have to say one of the more influential Atari games that hit me hard was Adventure.
Adventure.
Dee-dee-da-doo.
Adventure is related to really a nerdy game. It's related to like text adventures or to Dungeons and Dragons more than any of the other things, any of the other intellectual property or content on the 2600.
So many games were just like kind of shooters and, you know, combat and whatnot, things like that that were very simple. But Adventure really broke the mold for what the 2600 was capable of.
But one of the most, like, I feel like magical, impactful moments with the Atari games is that we got Adventure, and I saw the cover at the drugstore because that's where we had to buy video games at the drugstore behind the photo counter, and we got it home. I was so excited to play it. I just didn't read the instructions. I just ripped it out of the box and like played it and started playing it. And I was like, I'm this god, and there's like, you know, the duck chasing me, and I got an arrow, and I can't figure out what's happening. He ate me. Oh my god.
The weird thing about Adventure was the dragons were supposed to be dragons, but they just looked like ducks. I don't know what they were thinking there.
The bridge and the bat.
Shut-form
like,
Drangle.
I really loved that experience of somewhat confused experience, and I feel like that's actually something I love still in games now. When there's that moment of like, what the. We just get games can do that. They can just surprise you and they can make you feel really bewildered. And then as you slowly figure out how they work, that's part of the pleasure of them. I think is that not knowing what to expect in them. So that moment of being surprised by Adventure is really stuck with me. Another thing I like about Adventure that I try to incorporate is that feeling that the game is really alive. The characters who are in that world live even when you're not looking at them on the screen. Like when the dragon or the bat flies on the screen in Adventure, you feel like it's been on a journey. It's been somewhere. Oh, the bat went over and it stole the shield. It stole the sword, and now it's in the room. It's like you don't feel like it was just spawned in that room. It's been in another room doing bat adventures.
And what it provided for me was a sense of mystery and exploration that would later influence the 2D adventure games that I would make that would help launch my career.
Hyphen 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 hyphen. This is the face of the American psychotic.
The Easter egg. Adventure is also known for hiding one of the first secret Easter eggs in video games. Since Atari designers still did not get public credit for their work, Warren Robinette hid his name in the game if the player went through an elaborate sequence of moves. Created by Warren Robinette. That is great. Secret revealed. The existence of this Easter egg was a surprise even to Atari, and spread by word of mouth once it was found. But in the first issue of Atari Age magazine in May 1982, Atari officially spilled the beans, explaining how to pull off the trick, while noting that the credits were hidden by the game's sneaky programmer. Gamegrams. Dear Atari, my brother was playing Adventure, and he was in the Black Castle's Grey Dungeon. He took the bridge and went into a small part which is surrounded by walls. When he was inside, he picked up a dot. Please tell me what this dot is and what it can do. Your brother has found the first step in revealing a secret message locked deep within the adventure cartridge by the programmer who designed it. Most people only find the dot by taking the blue bridge and laying it across some walls in the Great Dungeon until it appears, but you've already completed that step. Now for the second step, move the secret dot into the secret panel room. How do you get there? If you come out of the yellow castle down to the main path and go right, keep going to the right until you crash into a thin black wall. You've actually crashed into the secret panel that lets you into the secret room. Moving the secret dot into this room won't open the secret panel, but you're getting closer. Leave the secret dot there and go on to the next step. Go grab any 2 more objects and bring them into the secret panel room where the secret dot is. Did the secret panel start blinking? Then you are ready for the final step. Take a deep breath and hold it. Good magic. Then pass through the secret panel very carefully, and you've done it. Unlocked the secret of adventure. We congratulate you, and so does sneaky programmer Warren Robinette. That's so cool. Dodgem, 1980. Considered to be one of the more fast-paced and exciting games on the VCS, Dodgem was programmed by Carla Meninsky, who would later create Warlords and Star Raiders for the VCS. It includes both single and multiplayer modes. This is Dodgem. In Dodgem, cars drive in opposite directions, switching between concentric lanes in a circular track, programmed by Carla Meninsky. Let's select our game variation. There's 1 player, and then there's the 2 player. So we're going to do 1 player, of course. All right, let's see. I don't know what I'm doing.
Need to avoid the other car.
How?
Sections.
Oh, okay. I keep getting confused. I keep thinking I'm the car on the left side of the screen. Okay, that was Dodgem. Programming the VCS is hard. The designers of the VCS thought it would be... Oh, that is another year, so this is 1981. So the designers of the VCS thought it would be obsolete quickly. After all, it was only intended to play Tank and Pong. 4 years later, it was more popular than ever, and game designers had to keep squeezing more out of it. In this video, several game designers discuss why Atari VCS programming was so uniquely challenging.
So one of the first questions they asked me at Atari was, what do you want to work on? So I just said to him, I said, what's the dirtiest, most basic elemental system that you have? And he goes, oh, well, that's the VCS. And I said, well, that's where I want to start.
I mean, the constraints on the programmers were worse than I ever even imagined were possible.
2600 doesn't draw a screen. It doesn't draw anything. What it does is it has these little logic devices, these counters and shift registers that say, this is the start of the screen, this is the left side of the screen. The electron beam is moving to the right. I'm going to count. I know how fast the electron beam is moving. I'm going to count until the electron beam is somewhere on the screen, and then I'm going to change the color on the screen for a little itsy bit.
There's only one console where you have to think about the electron gun moving across the screen and what machine cycle you're on and when you can show stuff on the screen. That's such a fun and unique and annoying challenge that it really hooks you.
It's the most fun I've ever had making a game. What do you say, Dave?
Fun might not be the word. You know, it is the most challenging thing you could do. When we were doing it at Atari and at Activision, there were fewer than 100 people in the world who could do what we were doing. And that in itself was, you know, very positive, very uplifting.
Hello. Ed Dadu. Shutthorn Drangle. Hyphen 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 hyphen. This is the face of the American psychotic. Need to avoid the other car. Turn at intersections.
Challenging than trying to get a game out of the VCS in the first place, because the VCS is a very technically limited machine. It sounds like a fabulous thing, and when it first came out, it was, because people had never seen anything like it.
I don't know if other people are as rewarded by it, but you're overcoming tremendous challenges. There's nothing that's easy to do on the 2600. And you're winning, right? I love winning.
And the other thing that's fun about playing them still is that they're all 60 frames a second. They have to hit that or the screen won't draw, you know? So they're all even much better than I think consoles that came out a few years afterwards. They all feel really fast when you play them. No Atari game has any sort of lag or anything because they had no option to have lag.
It's like when today, in hindsight, people criticize the first screen of Donkey Kong on the 2600. When I finished that screen, I thought it was a miracle. And you get people on Facebook today saying it's the biggest piece of junk I ever saw. And you just have to understand the perspective where you were at the time.
The programmers that worked with that machine were magicians.
Inside the VCS. So the circuit board inside the VCS shows that it was a very simple computer design. The three major chips on the board are 1, the Riot chip, which includes the system's 128 bytes of RAM. 2, the 8-bit central processing unit, or CPU, and 3, the custom television interface adapter, or TIA chip. So this is pretty much it right here.
Hello. Ed Dadu. Shutthorn Drangle. Hyphen 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 hyphen. Television interface adapter.
The TIA was the secret sauce of the VCS, making it unique, even among other video game systems of the time. Instead of drawing an entire screen at once, it drew the graphics on the TV line by line. This was a cost-saving measure, but it allowed clever programmers to pull off incredible tricks. Korea, ooh. Missile Command. This was an arcade game that we played. Another massive hit was Missile Command, based on the Atari arcade game and ported to the VCS by Rob Phillip. While the Cold War-era arcade game was about defending cities on Earth from missiles launched by other countries, the VCS game's manual said it was a war between two alien planets, covering up uncomfortable reality with fantasy. And it's still got that original artwork. Rob Phillip's VCS version of Missile Command is regarded as one of the best arcade ports for the platform. Phillip added more backstory to the game, placing players into a conflict between alien planets named Zardan and Krydal. Atari sold more than 2.5 million copies of 2600 Missile Command, making it a massive success. One player, start at level 1. Dumb cruise missiles, a slow target. The controls are better than the arcade, I will say. Much easier to control. This is pretty impressive compared to all the other VCS games that have been played thus far.
This is the face of the American psychotic. Need to avoid the other car. Turn at intersections. The creator of Missile Command received a coupon for a free turkey as a bonus. This is one of my favorite Atari games.
Wait, someone got a coupon for a free turkey as a bonus? That makes me think of my time working at Amazon. We got coupons for turkeys. Like, no joke. When I worked at Amazon, we got coupons for free turkeys. No! We got hit! We got hit! No! All my cities are destroyed! It's over. It's over. It's all over. Cover art. The original artwork used on the cover of Missile Command for the VCS by artist George Oberman. That was used on the arcade too, I believe. Wall art. A Missile Command wall decoration that was sold as a tie-in product. One Free Turkey. Missile Command for the VCS was Atari's biggest selling game to that point, with over 2.5 million copies sold. Rob Fulop expected a substantial bonus check that year, but was instead given this coupon for a free turkey. This led him to quit Atari and co-found the publisher Imagic. In grateful recognition of your continuing service and support, we hereby present Rob Fulop with this certificate of appreciation, good for one free turkey on this 17th day of December. Oh my God. Oh my God. One free turkey. Yeah. Warlords. Sort of a combination of the arcade games Breakout and Quadrupong. Warlords was a 4-player hit in both the arcades and on the VCS, where it was programmed by Karla Meninsky. Two sets of paddle controllers pit 4 players against each other in this medieval-themed brick breaker. Karla Meninsky's VCS cartridge was completed before the arcade version was finished, but its release was delayed until after the coin-op had already appeared in arcades. Four-player, 3-player, 2-player, 1-player, fast, catch, slow catch, fast ricochet, children's version. What? They don't have a 1-player children's version? Okay, that's interesting. So let's do the 1-player fast catch. Wait, how are they catching it? Oh. No! I died. Okay, I'm already out of the game, so... The original artwork used on the cover of Warlords for the VCS by artist Steve Hendricks.
This is the face of the American psychotic.
The royal family. Original artwork of King Frederick and his 4 warring quadruplets. That's Dominic, Marcus, Philippe, and Restivo. From the Warlords manual by artist Steve Hendricks. Warlords tip and tricks. In this excerpt from the July-August 19...
Interesting. She was one of 3 females programmers at Atari, and later on in her career she became an intellectua.
In this excerpt from the July-August 1982 issue of Atari Age magazine, Warlords designer Karla Meninsky passes along her personal tips for success. Have you played Warlords today? Defend king and castle in this electronic battle royale. 4 princely warlords appear, each with a castle protecting his corner of the territory, and fireballs and lightning balls to hurl at his opponents. The battle begins. Contestants struggle to break through the enemy fortresses while shielding their own walls from attack. Each hit weakens the defensive armaments. An opening. A carefully aimed shot ricochets off the far wall, penetrates the castle defenses, and with a blinding flash, the first warlord vanishes. Only 3 left. On with the battle. This is Warlords, an incredibly fast-moving game of skill, strategy, and quick reflexes. It lets up to 4 players enjoy breakout-style action at once. All you need are 3 friends and an extra set of paddle controllers. The Warlords playfield includes 4 castles with walls which are destroyed like the walls in Breakout. Players move their shields around the walls of the castle with their paddle controllers, protecting themselves from oncoming shots and directing the ball toward their opponents. When the defensive wall has been chipped away and openings appear, a well-placed shot will hit the Warlord himself and eliminate him from the battle. It takes 5 victorious battles to win the war. There are 23 Warlords game variations in all, including selections for ball speed, numbers of players, shield play, catch variations. Players can catch the ball, aim it, then release it. Warlords brings a room full of people into riotous Atari action at once. It's guaranteed to bring any party to life, with up to 4 players locked in furious head-to-head competition. Skill builders. Here are some tips for improving your Warlords playing performance, straight from Carla Meninsky, the Atari programmer who created the game. The ball will travel either straight, side to side, up or down, or at a 45 diagonal angle. There are no other possible paths. Knowing this, you can plan shots to rebound predictably, pool table style, off the sidewalls. Players facing each other, top and bottom, are more dangerous to each other than those placed side to side or crossways on the field. Therefore, position the best players facing each other, top to bottom, to keep things even. It is much easier to destroy a VCS-controlled opponent than a human one. This might lead you to concentrate your attack on your human opponents first, eliminating them from the game while your own defense are strongest. However, remember the strategic importance of the computer's shield. Even after the Warlord it protected is destroyed, these shields continue to move along invisibly, following the same patterns they used while they were visible. Hitting one of these invisible shields will deflect the ball. Plan your shot well, and it could be a terrific surprise to your remaining opponents. By eliminating a computer foe first, you create a powerful weapon for attacking human opponents. Special offer, save $12. Get a second set of paddle controllers and get in on all the thrilling 4-player action of Warlords, Breakout, Casino, Street Racer, and Video Olympics. Now club members can save over 54% on paddle controllers. Order Warlords today from the Atari Club and receive an extra set of paddle controllers regularly sold for $21.95 for just $10. Asteroids. As designed, the Atari VCS could only handle cartridges of up to 4 kilobytes in size. Atari's engineers had to come up with some clever solutions to get games like Asteroids running on the aging hardware. It was the first game on the platform to use an 8... Is it a kilobyte? I don't know. It's been years and years and years and years since I've seen KB. Like, everything's at least a megabyte. I think it's a kilobyte. Use an 8 kilobyte ROM. Eventually, games would grow to 32 kilobytes in size. Incredibly tiny by modern standards, but luxuriously huge for Atari designers. $66 games. What? Asteroids. The VCS interpretation of Atari's arcade hit retained the coin-ops gameplay, replacing the lean vector graphics with colorful raster space rocks. Atari ultimately sold more than 3 million Asteroids cartridges for the 2600. It's a bunch of variations. I keep disappearing. Where the heck am I? Okay. So, that didn't go over so well. Atari domination.
The asteroids look like they are on an invisible conveyor belt, D.
I must have slid under that invisible conveyor belt because I could not see my ship. I kept disappearing. And they said there's no lag in these games. I swear there's in the tic-tac-toe game as well. The screen would turn green for a really long time because it was waiting for the computer to think on what it was going to do. But you know what? It is what it is. So Atari domination. In 1981, Atari had an estimated 80% share of the home video game market and accounted for 1/3 of Warner's earnings, pulling in over $1 billion in revenue. Warner's success during that period was widely credited to the explosion of home video games. The really, really, really important thing about video games is that they're a media product like writing or like movies, but they're dynamic and interactive. This was the first time that such a thing was possible. It's actually a historic event. Todd Fry, designer of Sword Quest, Fireworld. Here's a place where your job is to come in, make stuff up. You just gotta have something clever and new at the end of the day that didn't exist at the beginning of the day. And that's a good day at work. Howard Scott Warshaw, designer of Yars Revenge. And we have Super Breakout. Are we? Oh, we're almost to the end of the timeline. I was going to end the segment here, but we're about to the end of the timeline for the 2600, so we're just going to continue through the timeline. So Super Breakout, originally released as a Sears store exclusive for the 1981 holiday season, the VCS version of Super Breakout saw a wide release in early 1982, featuring iconic cover art by Cliff Spawn that set the action in outer space. So a special feature. All right, let's go ahead and play this. Programmed by Nick Turner and Carol Shaw, the VCS port of Super Breakout hides a musical surprise. Higher strata of bricks trigger different longer sequences of notes, giving the player's movements and choices the ability to generate a semi-random, if often dissonant, symphony. One-player Breakout, one-player Cavity, one-player Progressive, one-player Children's version. Let's play the children's version, because we played all the others on the arcade. There was not a children's version. And I still lost it. It's not as fun playing the children's version. Let's... No. Let's do the other. Let's do the other version. This one. One-player Breakout. Here we go. And I lost already. Okay, it's really like hurting my eyes though. What? I can use the touchpad to move the paddle? What? I did not know that. Okay, we are going to play this again with the touchpad. I'm going to use the touchpad on my PS5. Here we go. Oh, that's cool. Let's move that. my finger. It's like playing it on my iPhone. Whoop. Okay, that's actually not very steady. Let's do it like this. All right, one more time, for real this time. Let's do it. No! Okay, that's that. Haunted House. Considered by some to be the first survival horror game, Haunted House by James Andreasen puts the player, represented by a pair of wide-open eyeballs, into a dark mansion and tasks them with finding and using items to escape. The first survival horror game. Ghosts, bats, tarantulas. Okay. Minimal graphics created maximum tension in this forerunner to the survival horror game, survival horror genre. Players, represented by a disembodied pair of eyes, spend most of their time in darkness searching for pieces of a crematory urn while trying to avoid ghosts, bats, and tarantulas. 1. Lit walls, no doors. Unlock doors. Keys, always in same place. Random key, random key. Ultimate haunted house. Let's try this. Okay. So, I'm a pair of eyes in the dark. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm pretty sure I just found the urn or trophy or whatever. Did I win? What? Okay. And that sound effect sounded very familiar. Let's see. Box art gallery. The creepy box art for Haunted House was designed by Steve Hendricks. Flip through the images in this gallery to see the original concept sketches and final art for an unused version of the cover, as well as the final design. That's pretty cool. Wall art. A die-cut haunted house wall decoration. 79¢. Not bad. Can't get enough haunted house? Digital Eclipse presents a new 2022 spin on the original, created with voxels to bring the classic game's look into new 3D spaces. Haunted houses. From the Atari Reimagined series. The 2600 game that established the survival horror genre has been reanimated in 3D in honor of Atari's 50th anniversary. 2 players can explore multiple environments together, armed with new gadgets to assist in finding the shattered pieces of a funeral urn. Graves Academy, Creepy Cabin, Terror Tower, Madness Mansion. Oh, hi, my name's Ernie. Say, you seem to be pretty limber for a floating pair of eyeballs. Must be nice. Press the left stick to try moving around. Do 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 do. Nice, you did it. Do you also think you can use right to look around? Maybe. Doesn't seem a little dark in here. Even for a haunted school. I mean, press square and light that torch. You're making my eyeballs very angry here. It cost me $10 to light my torch. Why, you... Oh, it kind of looks like Minecraft a little bit. The bar in the upper left will tell you when your torch is set to expire. When enough's a snuff, press square to fire it back up. Got it. Do. Ooh, it's over there. There are helpful items scattered throughout this building, but remember, you can only see them if your torch is lit. Got it. Oh. Keep your torch lit and grab the scepter scroll of protection on the right. This scroll makes creatures and ghosts ignore you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna want that. You can ignore me. Nothing to see here. You can only carry one item at once. Pressing X will drop the item you're carrying. Okay, but I kind of want that. So... You're on fire! Not literally, but your progress so far is inspiring. Head upstairs. Okay, yeah. Do. Hold R2 while pressing L to run. Try running to the tip ahead. Oh, okay. Ah! Okay. I might be ajar, but this door is not ajar. In fact, this door is locked. Use those giant peepers and look around for the skeleton key. Oh, okay. It's the key. Grab it and go unlock that door. Remember, you can only hold one item at a time. Oh no, they're gonna get me! Ah! Run away! Let me back in! Oh, wait. But then the door shuts. Oh, no. Oh, no, oh, no. Light it up and grab the urn shard, you see. Okay, got it. I got the urn piece. Do. It's a dead end. You know what they say. Success isn't just handed to you. You have to earn it. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, we are being timed. Let's get out of here. That pesky ghost is still a sole survivor. I see. First rule of ghosts. Don't run. Creep carefully or ghostly. There will steal one of your lives. Said don't run, but to creep. Okay. What is this? Some kind of jukebox or... Okay. My other two pieces are close. Remember, you can't see them unless your torch is lit. Put me back together and find the exit. Got it. Keep spending all my money. If you lose all 3 lives, it's game over. And trust me, death is a lousy way to go. Right, okay. My second piece. I can start putting my life back together. Now that I'm alive, grab it. Right. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I almost forgot. Press L2 to toggle between behind the eyeballs and overhead camera views. Oh. Okay, that, get too close to the ghost and he'll snuff you out. Well, your torch. Anyway, creep your distance. What ghost? Where's a ghost? I don't see a ghost. You can creep around that creepy ghost using walls and obstacles as cover. Time it right and leave him for dead. Right. Oh, there's an arcade machine. I'm running out of time. Do. No! Yay! If you didn't stop to talk to me while the ghost was chasing me. Ghost level. Alright, there's a couple more levels. Green beamer. Oh, nice. Do. Oh, right. It's right behind me. I knew that. Do. There's a second floor. Oh no! Wait, what is that? Dang it. No! Stay away from me! Oh wait, I've been in here. What? I don't know where I'm going. Oh my god. I feel it's easier to see with the torch, honestly. No, 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 no! Oh hey, it's Space Invaders. Nice. Okay, let's see. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Where am I going? I swear I've been in here before. I keep coming in here, I swear. Oh, it's a window. Got some cinder blocks in here. Oh no, it's a ghost, it's a ghost. Oh, there's a Space Invaders again. No, stay away! Wait. There's nothing up here? Oh shoot. There's a ghost. 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 There's a ghost! Okay. Yeah, let's try with this one instead. Right. There's the exit. I'm gonna go this way.
Hello. The creator of Missile Command received a coupon for a free turkey as a bonus. This is one of my favorite Atari games. The programmer is pretty interesting. She was one of 3 females programmers at Atari, and later on in her career she became an intellectua. The asteroids look like they are on an invisible conveyor belt, D.
I think I found one of the urn pieces. This does look a lot like Minecraft. There's another one. No! Alright, now I need to go inside. The last one was upstairs, I believe.
Is this haunted house?
Yes, this is haunted house. Yeah, y'all stay away from me. Oh yeah, I dropped the key. No wait, I had the urn. I didn't have the key. Okay. takes me to the second floor. This takes me to the basement. Yeah, you stay away from me. Okay. So that's what I need to do when the ghost shows up.
This is one of my favorite Atari games. The programmer is pretty interesting. She was one of 3 females programmers at Atari, and later on in her career she became an intellectual. The asteroids look like they are on an invisible conveyor belt. Is this haunted house?
Okay, that takes me to the first floor. No! Okay, I was trying to do the thing, but it did not work. I don't have the key. Get me out of here! Is that... Oh, no, 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 no! No! Oh, I can turn the lights on. That would make it a lot easier. Dope-a-dope-a-do. What happened to the lights being on? Okay, well, we kind of get the point of that. I am having a tough time getting through, so we are just going to continue. I'm going to keep dying, so that's not going to be fun to watch. Oh, let's see. Yars Revenge. One of the true masterpieces of the VCS era, Yars Revenge,
This is one of my favorite Atari games.
was the first game developed by Howard Scott Warshaw, originally asked to create a home version of an arcade game called Star Castle. Warshaw decided instead to create an original VCS game and enhanced it with an elaborate storyline that was turned into a comic book.
Is this haunted house?
It was turned into a comic book. New, inside, Yars Revenge from Atari action-packed comic book. Oh, the comic book was packaged with the game. Howard Scott Warshaw rejected his assignment to convert an existing arcade game to the VCS, instead pitching an original title that featured some of the same gameplay elements, but fit the hardware better. Atari allowed him the creative freedom to follow his muse and create an original sci-fi shooter, resulting in one of the most highly regarded games on the platform. Let's try with cannon bounces.
Fly up and touch the bad guy to get a super missile to kill it with.
I didn't realize I could go through that thing. It looked all distorted. Oh, shoot. I don't know what's happening. Oh, dang it. I would do that right as I was... What? Having me start over. Oh, and I died. Haha! Bye-bye! No! I actually really like this one. This one's probably the best so far. No! No! Oh, I've been using continues or something from the looks of it. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, that was Yars Revenge. I really like that one. Alright, HSW. The opportunity to produce entertainment to potentially millions of people. Well, that was something I'd always dreamed of. I never knew how I'd get there, but now that I had this opportunity, I didn't want to waste it. Howard Scott Warshaw. This is Howard Scott Warshaw right here, playing Frisbee without a shirt, with his other friend without a shirt and no shoes. a signed copy of Yars Revenge. Warshaw was the first Atari designer to be officially credited for his own game. Today, when he autographs a fan's copy of Yars Revenge, he signs it Yars Truly, Howard Scott Warshaw. Yars Truly. Oh, that's so cool. It sucked designing Yars Revenge. There was no one way to make a VCS game. For Howard Scott Warshaw, the process began not with gameplay, but with the desire to see something cool on the screen. But for a while, it sucked as a game.
So I looked over this game. It was Star Castle. I played it a bunch. I thought about it on the VCS. I looked it over and I realized, holy crap, this is going to suck. This is going to absolutely suck. And I could not afford to have my first project suck. I did a little preparation, and then I marched myself into Dennis Cobal's office, and I said, look, instead of doing this, I'd like to do this. This is something that I think uses some of the basic game ideas, but I think this is something that would work on the system. This other one won't work. And I just made this little presentation to him. And to his credit, he said, okay, you know what, go for it. The first thing I put up on the screen was an animated character. Most people use a block because they want to start working out their game mechanics and stuff like that. I put up an animation. That was the first thing I put up on a screen. And people would go by and they go, wow, that looks cool. What does it do? They'd be like, nothing. You know, that's what it does. There it is. I said, I'm still working on it. Don't worry. It's like, and then it got to the point where it was time to actually play it and have some of the stuff. So I had achieved my goal of trying to make something interesting. And it sucked as a game. And I was exactly caught in the place I didn't want to be. So what I did was I started taking feedback, which was extremely painful. To hear people telling me how much my game sucked. The only thing that really made it tolerable was that I wasn't so self-deluded at that point that I didn't realize it sucked also. Until I worked out making some of the changes and getting it through, I was in very bad shape. And I was feeling some very negative feedback from some other people. And I was feeling, you know, I'm usually the person who's hardest on myself. And that was a tough time for me. And I had to get through that before I could hear what people were saying and start to work on it. And I had to release myself from, but I have to have this. Therapist, I always catch people when they say I have to. I always love, people say, you know, I have to, but I have to do this. And I always stop and I say, look, you don't have to. Obviously you don't have to because you're not doing it, right? You don't have to, but you could, but there's probably a reason you're not. And the reason I'm able to give that lesson to my clients now is because I had to get over that. I had this have to that was making things not work. And until I could let that go, I couldn't make the game succeed. And when I did, it forced me to think in new ways, to think outside the box, and to go come up with some other left field solution. And when I made those changes, then suddenly Yars was really good.
I'd say, as I said, it was probably one of the best games on the console from what I just played. I mean, I've never played the console, but from the games I just played, that was probably the best. What's in a name? Once a game was complete, the next task was to decide on a name and a storyline for the marketing materials. Howard Scott Warshaw found inspiration for his characters' names in the most unlikely of places, the executive floor at Atari Incorporated.
One of the product managers came by who was responsible for this product, and he goes, hey, well, we're working on naming your game. And I said, can I make a submission? Can I submit a name? And he goes, sure, why not? I said, okay, I tell you what, come by here tomorrow morning. I said, you guys won't have it settled by tomorrow, will you? He goes, no. I said, come by tomorrow morning, I will have something for you. I will have a submission for you. So now I know what I'm doing for the rest of the evening. And I don't know if you ever tried it before, when you just try to make up a new word, everything sounds stupid. At least it does for me. Everything, I can't come up with something that sounds cool. Everything sounds kind of dumb. So being the algorithmic thinker that I can be at times, I thought, well, if I can't just spontaneously come up with some name, I should come up with a way to derive the name. I'll come up with an algorithm. It's a simple title, what's going on? Maybe I need an action thing. You know, because it's an action game, I need an action word. I don't know the name of the character, but I thought, you know, revenge. Revenge is a great action word because everybody wants revenge. Right? So I figure I'll go with revenge, and now all I need is whose revenge is it? Now I just need the name of the character. And then I thought, well, one of the great ciphers is, you know, writing something backwards. That's never a bad idea. You know, the head of the company's name is Ray Kazar. And Ray spelled backwards, that's Yar. And Yar sounds pretty cool. It's got a Y in it, so it's got like sci-fi, anything with Y's and sci-fi stuff. And I sat down and I wrote a 10-page story called The Yarian Revenge of Razak IV. And that was that was going to be the title of the game, The Yarian Revenge of Razak IV. I stayed all night in the office. I was done like 3:30. I just laid down on the floor in my office and got a little sleep. And then around 10, you know, in comes the marketing manager. And so I handed him the package. I go, here you go. This is the package for the story. I didn't realize it fully at the time, but what I had done was I had created the first backstory in the history of video games.
That's funny he says that because I was actually thinking in my mind, it's like, I bet you he probably took something and just wrote it backwards is what it feels like to me. And sure enough, that's exactly what he did, so. Can't pull one over on me. Okay, original cover art. The original artwork used for the cover of Yars Revenge by artist Hiro Kamura. Interior manual art. Artwork used in the inside pages of the Yars Revenge manual by artist Hiro Kamura. Nice. Yars Revenge, the comic book. Atari included a comic book based on Howard Scott Warshaw's original story. In every Yars Revenge box, Warshaw was credited as a game's designer in the comic, which marked the first time an Atari designer was publicly credited for their work on the packaging. Yars Revenge. The Quotile Ultimatum. Okay, Yars Revenge. Here we go. The new recruit is here, sir. Very well, send him in. We'll dispense with preliminaries and get right down to business. First, you will learn the secrets of our sacred past. We Yars are actually descended from the common housefly, still found on planet Earth.
Atari artwork is fantastic.
Right? This does look pretty neat. Our early ancestors were brought into space quite accidentally on board the Earth's first interstellar excursion vehicle. More food supplies, Jake. Put 'em in Galley 5. Sure wish I could go imagine traveling into another solar system. The ship is launched with a burst of flame and hurtles through the Earth's atmosphere. It heads deep into the future. A strange formation just appeared in our path. No time now to... Ah! Eventually, this noteworthy ship crashed right here in the Razak solar system. When the radioactive dust finally settled, the flies, miraculously the only survivors, had gained new powers and transformed into magnificent creatures forever after known as Yars. We Yars populated the 3rd, 4th, and 5th planets of the Razak solar system, where we established an orderly and productive community. We were able to live peacefully and enjoy newfound powers. And, indeed, our powers are extraordinary. We can fly freely from planet to planet. We can devour any substance and convert it into energy missiles powerful enough to vaporize solid rock. To protect our peaceful community, we designed the invincible Zorlon cannon. An attack came before we were able to complete the cannon. Our enemy, the Quotao, decimated Planet 4 without warning, dissolving it into a radioactive field. Immediately, our top priority became driving the Quotao from our midst. We must avenge the destruction of Planet 4. We devised a secret plan making use of our strengths, our unfinished cannon, and what little we know of the enemy. I will now disclose the details of this plan for your eyes only. The enemy is based on a moon just across a neutral zone, which used to be Planet 4. The base is protected by an energy shield composed of cosmic cells. The Quotao hides behind the shield and fires destroyer missiles and worse, something called swirls. We are safe from destroyer missiles in the neutral zone, but while taking cover there, we lose our own ability to fire and communicate. We are not safe from swirls in the zone. They're deadly anywhere. To prepare for battle, Yars pass through the armament center. Outfitted as warriors, they take off from the base and attempt to complete the following mission. First, a path must be broken through the Quotao shield by firing energy missiles at it or devouring the cells. Then the Zorlon cannon must be called in to do the rest. Because we never finished the aiming system, the cannon is difficult, even dangerous to use, so listen carefully. To summon the cannon, you must devour a cell or touch the Quotao. This will signal our base to launch the cannon in a horizontal line with your flight course. To aim the cannon, line it up with the Quotao. Communicate back to the base when you're ready to fire. Then fly out of the way fast. If you don't, the cannon will invariably hit you first. Now you have heard our sacred story and learned the details of our battle mission. Now it is up to you to destroy the enemy and avenge our community. And so, another brave Yar flies off to fight the Quotao. Will this one scout have the courage and skill needed to rid the Yars of a ruthless enemy? And most important, can you help him? The Razak Solar System. Planet 3, Yar Headquarters. Moon of Planet 3, Zorlon Cannon. Neutral Zone, Planet Ep. Quotao Enemy Camp, Energy Shield. Moon of Planet Ep. Okay, where did it give him credit in the comic book? Where?
The Atari box art could make even the worst games look amazing on the outside.
Right?
Very
Oh,
talented
it credits
artists and excellent marketing.
right here. Cartridge programmer Howard Scott Wershaw. Right, yeah, it looks a lot more interesting, a lot more complex than what it was. Still, it was one of the greatest games I've played so far for the 2600, so. Wall art, a Yars Revenge wall decoration. The Fly theatrical commercial. To sell Yars Revenge, Atari produced a 2-minute commercial with state-of-the-art computer graphics that ran in movie theaters in 1982, produced by the pioneering computer graphics advertising firm Robert Abel and Associates. The ad starred actor Rod Davidson as a game designer dreaming up new ideas.
A fly. I'll have a mutant fly. Hello, Yar. You'll need some protection. Ion zone. Shift chroma. Intensify. Okay, now you'll need some weapons. You have a formidable enemy. The Quotao. Watch it, Yar. He has a lethal drone. And some other tricks up his sleeve. Spiral. Go. Good move, Yar. Now I have a surprise for you. A Zorlon cannon. Use it, Yar. Fire again. Got him. That's revenge. Yars Revenge. A video game. Yeah, this can be fun. This can be a lot of fun. Like Asteroids. Get him. Do it. Beautiful. Watch it. Disintegrate. Now let's go into deeper space. Galactic map. Sector 11. Hyperspace. Sights in. Cylon warships, attack. Steady, stand by, photons. Star Raiders. That's it, Star Raiders. That'll keep them on their toes. Let's see what we can come up with next.
We're Atari. We have the vision, and we invented the technology to bring the excitement home to you.
Oh wow, that was an interesting theatrical trailer there. Making of a high-tech ad, a feature from the July-August 1983 issue of Atari Age magazine goes behind the scenes of the making of the theatrical commercial. To sell this year's model, you can't use last year's commercial, by Michael Rozek. It begins like any television commercial, a simple film of real life. A designer of video games, played by actor Rod Davidson, sits in his office. He is swiveling in his chair, musing. "I have a fly," he says suddenly. "A mutant fly," and with that, a huge flying object that resembles a video game creature looms in the air before him, buzzing and pulsating in a graphic fever. "Hello, Yar," Davidson says calmly, naming the fly. "You'll need some weapons. With this, the weapons blades of flickering light appear, because you'll have a formidable enemy, the Kotal." Directly in back of Davidson, the Kotal sneaks into view, and suddenly a battle erupts. Yar versus the Kotal. Both streaking, shooting, bursting with color and motion above, below, and behind. It's all part of a new 2-minute commercial that Atari has produced for movie theaters. If the spot is as successful as the company hopes, it will move you to buy 3 new Atari products, including the game Yars Revenge. The company that produced the ad for Atari is the Los Angeles-based studio Robert Abel and Associates. When you visit Abel's shop, you see all the signs of a breakneck pace. 30 phone calls to the switchboard in 10 minutes, couriers to Tokyo cooling their heels as rush deliveries are hurriedly packaged. The demand for this work is high, even at an average cost of $100,000 for a 30-second spot. As Bob Abel himself explains, firms have new technology to sell, and they realize they can't use an old-looking commercial to sell it. 2 of the Abel staffers behind the Atari commercial were designer-director Clark Anderson and co-director and technical expert John Hughes. The Atari storyboard, as we first received it, was conceived in very flat terms, says Anderson. But we knew we had a big theater screen to work with, twice as wide as it was high, and we have the ENS, Evans and Sutherland machine, which we use to choreograph computer graphics to give an illusion of 3 dimensions. So Anderson redrew the storyboard to show what the team at Abel could do. I knew that the game elements the character was creating would be more interesting if they were flying at him or around him, rather than just happening in front of him. Next, the Abel team constructed an animatic, a full perspective mock-up of the commercial displayed on the system's high-resolution black and white video screen, explains Anderson. In a commercial complex as this, our pacing, timing of pictures to words and camera angles all must be set in advance. That's what the animatic shows us. To create the animatic, the Abel staffers must enter line drawings representing the elements in the commercial, including a simple outline of the actor and his chair, into the ENS computer. A drawing of a particular object can be placed atop a data tablet, an electronic drawing table linked to the computer and outlined by hand with a special stylus. Some shapes are easier than others to express. A square, for example, says Anderson. I'll mark its 4 corners with the stylus. For drawing in 3 dimensions, I mark points for 3 views, side, top, and front. Some shapes, as Hughes notes, are created by typing commands on the computer's keyboard. With our software, if an object has curved surfaces, it's easier to create it mathematically. Once an image appears on the video screen, Anderson and Hughes can move it around with a joystick or a series of knobs. Motion control cameras can only physically pitch and yaw a given distance, says Anderson. But once you take choreography completely into the computer, you can fly objects on screen all over the place and not worry about tangling up wires and equipment. With the animatic as a guide, the elements for the final on-film shoot are assembled. First, Abel's older motion control cameras are used to photograph the logo and titles. The camera slides towards or away from the titles on a track up to 50 feet in length. The titles themselves are positioned on a light box, which can move in the same roll pitch yaw configuration as the creatures on the video screen. It's run by the same software, explains Hughes. Then, in another room, the resulting footage may be streaked, the industry's word for the time exposure technique that can make a network logo look like it has a vapor trail. It's simple, Anderson explains. You open the lens of your camera partway while it's moving, smearing the image. What about filling in all the objects outlined by the computer? Abel's vector graphic system produces only white lines, not solid areas, so the computer is instructed to display a thicket of tightly packed parallel lines that, at a distance, resembles a solid shape. Then there is the task of adding color and shading to all these lines. For most of the Atari job, says Hughes, we simply place color filters between the video screen and our 35mm movie cameras. Finally, it's time to film the live-action part of the commercial. For the Atari spot, the live-action was filmed in front of what appeared to be a blue 40 by 60-foot light box, turned on its side to the background, could later be dropped out in the finished spot. The animated effects would be zooming around the actor, notes Anderson. So as we shot him live, we also had to throw light on him from different directions. To pull this off in the commercial, we use a system of computerized lighting cues like the systems used at large rock concerts. It coordinated 80 lighting events in 2 minutes. For cues, the actor watched the animatic on a hidden video monitor. It took 3 days to coordinate all of it and program the lighting, says Anderson. But we did the actual shooting in 1 day. After the matting process blended the synthetic and live-action footage, all that remained was to add the sound effects, make prints, and then produce copies. But the technology is not in charge here, says John Hughes empathetically. All of the power is where it should be, with the designers. Very interesting. Right, a frame from the finished ad for Atari's home video game Yars Revenge containing a mixture of live action and computer graphics. Above left, the animatic for the ad came first, using the white line art style of the Evans and Sutherland machine. Above right, Rob Davidson goes through his paces for the commercial's live action shoot. Just to his left here, a video monitor showing the animatic serves as a cue. The colored lights are synchronized to match the movements of the computerized video creatures. Very neat. Yars Revenge Enhanced. Digital Eclipse brings Yars Revenge into the modern era with a total graphic and audio makeover, but the gameplay is identical. In fact, the new look is running on top of the original Atari VCS game's code, and you can switch back and forth between versions. How neat. Modern visuals and a driving soundtrack enhance this Digital Eclipse tribute to Howard Scott Warshaw's classic Atari VCS shooter. The original gameplay remains largely untouched, but the presentation befits a 50th anniversary celebration. No! No! Oh, shoot. Oh, and yeah, it got me. What goes up? In the summer of 1982, Atari was on top of the world. Its games sold millions of copies each. Millions of people around the world played Atari every day, and major new games were on the horizon. But the video game industry's fortunes were about to turn. Highs and lows. 1982. Trouble in paradise. The game industry was about to suffer a major market crash in 1983, but that didn't mean there were no games to play. On the contrary, some of the best games for the Atari 2600 were released during these years. Alright, so we're on a new timeline here, highs and lows. Looks like we're about to be covering the video game market crash that happened just before Nintendo entered the market. So we've just finished up Birth of a Console. This is going to be the end of this segment. When we come back, we're going to be covering the highs and lows of Atari. This has been Clue Cloyd with Retro Age Gaming. Thank you all so much for watching. And be looking forward to the highs and lows of Atari next time on Retro Age Gaming. Until then, peace out.